going, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So Watch Mojo just released a video of the top 20 strongest Genshin Impact characters in their opinion, and we're going to check it out and see if I agree or disagree. Leave a comment below letting me know who you think is the #1 strongest character in Genshin Impact. Also, don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. So let's check out Watch Mojo's top 20 strongest Genshin Impact characters. If it's too loud, let me know.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're ranking
There's that
the best
stud
characters
muffin.
in Genshin Impact.
Haven't seen him on a banner in a long time.
Damage, buff and heal party members, and have longevity in Genshin's ever-expanding roster and world.
Good old Zhongli. He's probably pretty strong just because of his shielding abilities.
Number 20, Kokomi.
In this battle, Gobi's and Gogeja platoons.
She has a negative crit rate.
If successful, we will besiege them.
As a descendant of the Sangonomiya clan and divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, Kokomi is a solid 5-star Hydro Catalyst character. At a young age, she's in charge of most affairs.
She's a
on the
great
island.
healer.
That's how you know not to underestimate her. It makes sense that someone responsible for keeping so many people happy has one of the game's best healing abilities. To the
She
point where
has
she can
great healing
sometimes
ability. I
overheal.
will agree.
She also has a wide-reaching elemental skill that easily applies Hydro, meaning she can act as the solitary Hydro unit on certain teams. Plus, the skill's duration can be refreshed by Elemental Burst.
Kokomi, number 20.
Number
Anybody
19,
ever use her as a
Xingqiu.
DPS? I love my Shengshou.
The studious yet mischievous Xingqiu is a 4-star Hydro Sword character and the second son of the guild manager of the influential Feiyun Commerce Guild. The sword rain attacks of
He's a
Xingqiu's
hidden
elemental
5-star.
burst apply Hydro with every third strike, making it among the best on-field bursts. The Avid
He
Reader's
is
elemental
legit
skill
good.
provides multiple elemental particles, can grant additional defense, and inflict Hydro on close opponents. Always striving for chivalry, Xingqiu's in-game description reads that he yearns for justice and fairness for all. But he also has a
Shengshou is
rebellious
good.
side and is sometimes at odds with his family over his commitment to the guild.
I like my Shengshou. I have mine at C6.
Number 18, Zhangling.
Another hidden 5-star. She should be higher on this list.
Multicolored super camping. Get them.
She's probably the best off-field
4-star
DPS.
Pyro Polearm sub-DPS character, Zhangling is the famous head of the Wanmin restaurant in Liyue, and she runs it with her father, Chef Mao. She's known to be adventurous with her cooking, especially her
I
signature
love
heat and
my
spice,
Zhangling.
resulting in bold flavors.
Okay, they're doing
Zhangling
good
has
so far.
significant AoE elemental
I would have
burst
put
damage,
her
with
higher, though.
Elemental Burst Pyronado having powerful pyro application on foes. Even when Elemental Burst gets swapped out, it retains
Nova,
its
thank you
damage
for the
buffs.
10 months. I
Zhangling
appreciate
is
you. Thank
partnered
you.
most commonly with Bennett.
Thank
She
you.
can snapshot his flat attack buff so that she can use her burst while he is also active.
I do love Zhangling.
Number 17, Wriothesley.
Dad's still packing up his
Wow, I was expecting him to be a little bit higher on this
That's all
list.
right. He has a long journey ahead after all.
Wriothesley,
Bro,
a 5-star
okay.
Cryo-Catalyst character, has one of the darkest backstories in Genshin Impact, having killed his cruel foster parents to save his adopted siblings. For this, he was
The
exiled
bakery
to the
is here.
fortress of Meripede as a teenager, but he turned pain into power, becoming the fortress's administrator and serving in an aspirational role amongst his fellow prisoners. Wriothesley is best utilized in melt or freeze teams as a main DPS. Constant cryo usage is helpful for elemental reactions like freeze.
He'd be
He relies
number
on normal
1
attacks
if it
for
was
high,
like top
consistent
20
damage,
Genshin
reducing the
Impact
need to rely
characters
on
that have
burst
cake.
cooldowns and his elemental skill.
He'd be at the
Additionally,
top.
Wriothesley can self-heal if his health falls below a certain threshold, and the fact that he can ice bridge across the water makes it easy to get around.
I figured he'd be higher on this list. Higher than 17 for sure.
Number 16, Baizu.
Most of them are fine. It's just the glaze lilies.
They're not giving any of the healers
Especially not fresh ones.
love, like at
While
all.
there are plenty of strong characters in Genshin Impact, there aren't many who can also brag about being a doctor. We must admit though, if our physician had green hair, an albino snake around their shoulders, and aspirations of immortality, we'd probably feel slightly intimidated. The last thing we need is more anxiety about our medical appointments. Baizu, the guardian of Kuikui and owner of Bubu Pharmacy, is a 5-star Dendro Catalyst character utilized best as a support. Thanks to his elemental skill, Baizhu offers substantial party healing. In addition, his burst deals off-field dendro application, and his HP scaling is beneficial to both his dendro buffs and healing.
I feel like they have him too low too.
Number 15, Kaniche.
Kaniche I do have, but I haven't been able to play him yet. So I don't have an opinion on this one.
When a character has a grappling hook in his arsenal, you know you're fighting with someone cool. Besides the swinging mobility, Kaniche is an ace with the claymore and an athlete that other athletes aspire to. As a proud member of the Scions of the Canopy, exploration and adventure run through his veins. He's capable of spins and mid-air strike attacks, always choosing a practical killing stroke over pretty battle choreography. And once he invokes the Night Soul's blessing, his power is amplified.
Do you think a new character like Kaniche deserves to be in the top 20?
For a strong dendro DPS with great overworld traversal, who's incredibly fun to play.
I mean, because he's one of the newest characters.
Number 14, Clorinde.
We must safeguard the dignity of the court.
I love Clorinde. She's so fast.
And as a last resort, we will do so by force.
A 5-star Electro Sword wielder, Clorinde is renowned as Fontaine's strongest champion duelist. The lightning-quick damage dealer deals fast electro application with her elemental skill and elemental burst, making her an excellent electro applicator on field. Her augmented elemental skill allows her to choose between remaining in place or swerving across the battlefield, making for a quick and unpredictable playstyle. With
And
Clorinde,
I think her playstyle's fun.
To healers who are able to counterbalance the duelist's bond of life acquisition. This allows her to deal augmented normal attacks in rapid succession, all while staying stationary.
But her playstyle really reminds me of a Yato.
Which provides her with spectacular
you know what I mean?
self-sustain while running 3 buffers with only a tiny amount of risk.
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight.
She's a badass.
Number 13, Hu Tao.
Come with me.
Really? Did you do this? Did you put her at 13 because it's Hu Tao? I
As
mean,
the Wangshang funeral parlor director, it's this woman's business to put people in the ground. But
I feel like she should be higher.
It's more likely she's cremating her enemies. Her character is entirely focused on those high destruction numbers, making her one of the most effective boss killers in Genshin Impact. What she lacks in diverse AoE abilities, she makes up for with stupidly lofty damage. But you have to be careful as her elemental skill drains her HP to deal out those big numbers. She also buffs your team members' crit rate and increases her own
But then that's when you hit her ultimate, so that way she heals.
So powerful that you have to be careful not to destroy yourself.
I feel like she should be a little bit higher, but I feel like they put her at 13 purposefully because it's Hu
Number
Tao.
12, Xilonen.
Time for a test drive.
That is surprising. Her trailer is lit.
Xilonen knows how to come prepared for a fight, and she's got the artifacts set to back that up. Her arsenal allows for plenty of build options, and she comes with formidable rapid strike and forward kick abilities.
I'm surprised that they have her.
Aside from that, Xilonen works great as a
in the
healer,
top 20
but her
right
real
now.
Power is in her elemental skill that massively buffs your team's elemental damage by shredding enemies' elemental resistance. This makes her one of the best support characters to date and an asset to any team she's a part of. Strong, sexy, well-equipped, and fun, Xilonen is one of Genshin's newest characters, and she's already making a massive impact. Pun intended.
Man, they've put 2 of the newest characters in the top 20.
Better lost in the heat of battle than
That's
locked away
interesting.
in a jewelry box.
Number 11, Yelan.
Yelan? Now, I don't have Yelan, but I do want her.
The mystifying, bow-wielding intelligence agent, Yelan is a 5-star Hydro character who alleges to work with the Ministry of Civil Affairs, in spite of the fact that she's not on their list. This isn't the only questionable profession,
She's
as
so
she also claims to provide her
schmexy.
services to Yanshang Tea House, but we see right through her disguise. There's no mistaking this incredible sub-DPS character whose talents are of great help when your main DPS characters are experiencing downtime. She's great for overworld exploration with her stealth running elemental skill, and her elemental burst is able to increase the damage of an active character by firing hydro attacks in tandem with them.
I love her running.
Number 10, Nuolani.
They have all 3 newest 5 stars in their top 20
Surf's
of
up.
strongest
Mualani is
characters.
a 5-star Hydro Catalyst character.
I don't
and a
know
proud
about
owner of a water
this
sports
now.
shop for the people of the Springs. With the proper setup and timing, she's one of the greatest single-target nukes in Genshin Impact. Sharky Bite allows her to mark foes while dishing out increasing damage based on the number of marks. Mualani has front-loaded damage.
Did Genshin
which means
Impact
she's a great
sponsor
option
this
for
video?
elemental reactions such as Vaporize.
I'm just
Most of her
saying.
damage comes from Mualani's own HP, which can be stacked effortlessly with weapons, artifacts, and leveling. Or even Hydro Resonance. Another benefit to using the character is her elemental skill, which allows her to travel through water easily.
There's always a
I'm
shortcut.
still getting used to her playstyle.
Ready to land. Here we are.
Number 9. Raiden Shogun.
Hold on. Wait a second. This is too low for Raiden Shogun. This is too low. She should be in the top 5. In my opinion. This is just my opinion. I believe Raiden Shogun should be top 5. This is too low for her. 9? Who's the other 8 ahead of her? Who are the other 8 ahead? I'm just saying.
At mortal joys and woes, and sees a world mired in impermanence.
Given that several playable characters are vessels of gods in Genshin Impact's universe, you won't be surprised that there are a couple on this list.
Now I'm
Raiden
really
Shogun
interested
is
to
the
see
vessel of
who's
Beelzebub, the
up.
Electro Archon and God of Eternity, who is eternally badass. With a
She
high
would be in my
energy
top
recharge
3.
rate, passive electro damage, and some excellent buff chain opportunities, Raiden is a viable main DPS. But as you acquire some characters higher on this list, she quickly swaps into a significant sub-DPS support role. Paired with the right fighters, Raiden greatly increases energy regen and elemental burst damage for the whole group. If you work your
Exactly!
combinations right, Raiden fills a slot on many teams nicely.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can use her as a main DPS and a sub DPS.
Number 8. Alhaitham.
The
Bro,
mountains.
I don't have him and I want him.
Conflict.
Look at this stud muffin.
Peace.
A Dendro Sword user from Sumeru, Alhaitham is a mighty damage dealer and flexible character who can execute every Dendro-related reaction on field. As a member of the Haravatat of the Sumeru Academia, he's in charge of recording their discoveries as well as planning ordinances. The Academia scholars are puzzled by Alhaitham's disinclination to seek greater power, which would seem to clash with his considerable ego. He's been known to fight with others often due to a worldview that puts a great deal of importance on truth and rationality. Those who do clash with him should beware.
I
as this
need more
character is capable
Alhaitham
of dealing
Kave
considerable
bromance.
single and
I swear.
multi-target damage with speedy
I need an
Dendro
update on their
I knew
relationship.
we shouldn't have brought this up with you. I thought my answer was quite engrossing.
Number 7. Zhongli.
All right, Zhongli, in my opinion, should be top 5 just because of his shielding abilities. Like, if you get Zhongli, he's a cheat code.
As the game's updates hit
Legit
the servers, the
cheat
Geo element saw
code.
one of the most significant damage buffs. And of course, what other Geo user would you pick to have in your party than the vassal for the Geo Archon himself?
He would be in
Zhongli.
my top
While he
5.
might have some relatively low regular attack numbers, you won't be short on Geo to deal out his excellent stackable abilities. Petrifying enemies with his elemental burst while creating shields to buff your HP, plus draining elemental energy off his enemies so he can
Just the
repeatedly
shield
deal damage over
alone.
a huge area.
Just the
Damn,
shield
Zhongli.
alone
What other tricks are you hiding in that long coat?
should put him in top 5.
Number 6. Bennett.
Benny! All right, I will agree with Bennett.
Let's light it up.
Leave a comment below if you have C6 your Bennett or not.
Bennett, the only Benny's Adventure Team member, is an extraordinarily flexible 4-star character who can easily fit into any team composition. The Pyro Sword user was once an abandoned orphan brought up in Mondstadt's Adventurers Guild after an older
He is
adventurer
so
found him.
good.
All that adventuring must have paid off because it's made Benny into
And
the
he
powerful
works with
character
just
he is
about
now.
any
Benny has
team.
one of the best attack
He-
buffers in
almost
Genshin
any
Impact,
team,
which also yields
he
fast
works.
and cheap energy plus healing. He also gathers considerable damage with his elemental skill, which is a low cooldown period that makes it possible to spam his elemental burst.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
He is so good.
Light it up.
Broken 4-star. Hidden 5-star right there, Bennett.
Number 5. Nahida.
Okay, Dendro application. I get it. She's the best one.
It's my birthday.
She is
After being
the best
confined in the
Dendro
sanctuary of
applicator.
Suristhana for an extended period of time, Nahida, also known as Lesser Lord Kusanali, is free at last.
Who?
And she's a force to be reckoned with. The The 5-star Dendro
Ruka the
Catalyst
who?
character is the best Dendro applicator and, as a sub-DPS, deals considerable damage, particularly with C2. She converts Elemental Mastery into crit rate and damage, which makes her highly versatile in that she is able to act in dual roles as both a support and damage dealer. Nahida's
I agree with her
elemental
being in
skill
the
is
top
lengthy,
5.
with only a minor amount of cooldown, and
Just
a mark
for her
that can
application
indefinitely apply
abilities.
to a foe following team rotations. It also lets her more easily gather materials in the overworld. Active characters who are within her elemental burst are granted a massive elemental mastery bonus, raising the efficacy of a team's Dendro reactions.
And she's so freaking cute, man. We gotta protect
Number 4,
little baby cabbage at all costs.
Are you and I the audience? Or characters on the stage?
Okay.
Best utilized in a support role, the complex Farina de Fontaine is a 5-star Hydro Sword character who has been praised for her mental fortitude. While we first met her as the Hydro Archon, this is later revealed to not be the truth.
Novelet
Now,
has to
free
be
from the
number
curse of
1.
Immortality, she lives a more humble life as an artistic consultant and actor. In her Usia form, Farina has solid damage scaling and an elemental skill that can be refreshed over and over. She also provides an excellent damage buffer courtesy of her fanfare mechanic so long as a healer is present. HP drain for Farina's party members results in interesting ways of playing with HP fluctuations.
I just like how you can switch between her being a healer and her being like
Number
a
3,
off-field
Arlecchino.
DPS. Daddy, yes. I am an Arlecchino main, and I'm so glad that I have her.
Head of the House of the Hearth and 4th of the 11 Fatui Harbingers,
She is
Arlecchino,
no
named
joke,
Knave,
dude.
is a 5-star Pyro Polearm character best utilized as a main DPS. Father, as she is called by the members of the house, who she in turn calls her children, is a self-sufficient character who can be paired with a shielder or a team with 3 buffers. She allows for simple character building due to the extremely high raw scalings and many buffs that are included in her kit. This, plus her simple, low downtime combos with steady DPS, makes dispatching enemies a joy.
Her playstyle's so much fun. So much fun. 1 million,
2,
do not regret
Kazuha.
pulling her. Yes, okay, all right, I get that one. I get Kazuha.
If there's one wandering samurai to have on your team, Karehara Kazuha certainly slices through the competition. Upon his release, Kazuha quickly became the most desirable damage-dealing Animo party member. He can basically do what Venti can but more affordably, efficiently controlling crowds with his spammable elemental skill.
I get that one.
Practically being a battery for energy recharge, his passive swirl damage as a sub-DPS also makes him an excellent support character. So
And he
when
can
you're
work
trying
with a
to
lot of
maximize
team comps
damage on a
too.
DPS team, Kazuha will always be
Well,
one
then
of the
if
best contenders.
Kazuha's number 2, we know who's number 1. Novelet. It's not
Before
even
we
close,
continue,
in my
be sure
opinion.
To subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go
Novelet
into
has
your
to be number
settings
1.
and switch on notifications. Number 1, Novelet.
I neither know why I was born in this form,
who else could it be?
nor
Right?
do I understand where my long life
Daddy
should
Hydro.
take me.
A Hydro main DPS character best built using charged attacks, 5-star Catalyst user Novelet is the leader of the Marcheseau Phantom and the Ludex of Fontaine. He's a recluse in the eyes of the public and
So
appears
glad I
quite
pulled him.
disconnected from human emotion. This aloofness would make sense because while he may appear human, Novelet
Well,
is the
Chi-Chi's the
Hydro
real
dragon
number
sovereign
1
in
because
reality.
she's the
His
one
charged
that
attacks have high
everybody
scaling
loses
and
their
fast tick
50-50
rates,
to,
which
so
means they can potentially
she
deal
should be
significant
number
damage.
1.
Adding to his mobility in battle, Novelet hovers while casting his charge attack. Let the mighty
Dude, his
be humble.
playstyle's so fun. It's so easy to learn, and it's so fun. God, he's such a badass.
Who's your favorite character in Genshin Impact? Let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you think Watch Mojo got their list right. There are a couple down in the bottom half that I feel like should be a little bit higher and maybe flip-flop with a couple of others. But I feel like their top 5 is pretty solid. I mean, right? It was what? Nahida, Farina, Benny, Kazuha, and Novelet. I mean, seriously, that's a great top 5. And Bennett is just a hidden 4-star or hidden 5-star in Genshin Impact. He's so good. I think their top 5 is pretty good and pretty solid. I mean, Nahida with her Dendro applications and stuff like that, and then you got Bennett with the boosts and all that stuff, and Kazuha with his support, Novelet, Farina that you can switch between her being like an off-field DPS and a healer at the same time. I really love her playstyle too. Neuvillette number 1, Arlecchino, right? Number 3, Arlecchino's probably the best pull I ever did. I'm an Arlecchino main, absolutely love her. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with Watch Mojo's list, and who would you put at number 1? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you'd like to hang out with me live sometime, link is down in the description below. Hope you have a great day. Bye!